Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Rob here. Hope you guys are doing good. It's just great just to be together as we continue with our Immerse Daily Devotions, which today we're actually going to be working out some of the Pastoral Letters, and funny how the pastor forgot to do one yesterday on the Pastoral Letter. Here we are. So welcome to South Lake Church. As you guys are watching together, make sure to leave comments on the side as we all come in together. Now, a great way to get involved with Immerse in general is shoot an email at rbailey@southlakelc.org. And for those watching, that's right, at southlakelc.org. And this is just a great way to stay in touch with all the things that are happening here at South Lake Church with Immerse, and just a way to be involved with one another. So, man, shoot me an email here. You can also check us out at southlakelc.org. For those watching on Facebook, at Engage, Grow, Share. And on Twitter, Instagram, it's South Lake LC. And once we get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, also, which I can't wait for that to happen. And a fun thing today, and we're going to start testing things out because I love doing that, is that if you want to get involved in a different way without having to send an email, if you're watching on your phone, you can send a text, learn more, to 94000. So 94,000. Learn more. And that's a great way to just get involved and connect with us. So we're going to test things out. So if you're interested in learning more about South Lake, check that out. So we've now started here at South Lake, or with Immerse, talking about the Pastoral Letters. Now, why do they call them Pastoral Letters? Well, this is because Paul is writing to some individuals that are now acting as pastor shepherds over their church. And Paul sends guidance and rules, and things to think about. What does it mean to lead a church? And yesterday we read 1 Timothy. They call it 1 Timothy, not because there's two different Timothys, but that's the first letter to Timothy. And also today, Titus, which is a letter written to Titus. And we take these letters both as letters written to an individual person to give guidance and support, but also as church as whole, as people who are leaders of God's people who are working together to share that good news. And in both letters, in the last 2 days, there's been a couple similarities. First off, Paul talks about the qualifications of being somebody who leads. And both in Timothy and in Titus, we both read that, guess what? That's a lot to live up to. In fact, nobody can live up to the standards. What does it mean to be that leader? And I love how in Titus, Paul says to be blameless. And I would make an argument with the English, when we say blameless, we're not saying perfect. Because I definitely do not live a perfect life. I do not live up to this standard. But the way I live my life, is it a way that people can use to blame myself and blame the church on the community? And if the answer is yes, there's a problem. And that's a reminder for all of us as Christians, especially somebody as a pastor or leader within the church. Are your actions living a way that will bring blame upon the church? And that's what Paul's warning both to Timothy and Titus. I would also make an argument. He makes a point that you really should be living up an above level, above the bar, above reproach. But again, I can tell you right now here on Facebook, on YouTube, I struggle. I do not live up to this level. And it's a reminder the need for others to be a part of this journey. That to lead and to support each other takes not just one person, but multiple people. That's what I see the message what Paul's writing. We saw Paul writes letters about women, young and old. He also writes letters in here, suggestions about men, young and old. And yeah, there's some controversial things which would be great to bring up at Immerse, definitely at P's and Q's, but we see a theme. Paul makes a point that the older should teach the younger. The younger should have humility and listen to the older. And we see this again in both letters, again and again. And as somebody who's in the younger crowd still, the importance of listening and learning from those above you, helping them to guide you and support you. So here at South Lake Church, that's one of our goals as we engage, grow, and share. We do this together. This is not about having the smartest person, the most reputable person, or having the best living of life person to share the good news. We all do this. And we all work together because we all have our faults, our struggles. There's one of the things we would love to invite you who are watching right now. Join us. Be a part of this in your life as we engage, grow, and share Jesus in our community relationships. Do you have a lot of questions? Yes. Does anybody have all the answers? Nope. Google comes close, though. But we take time to pray and be together. In fact, if you do have a question, if there's something on your mind, you can actually text this, "on my mind," to 94,000. And when you do that, we'll be able to actually respond back with you and, one, hear what your questions are, but two, have a dialogue and talk about it. I see this again in the last two letters we've just read from Paul, the importance of that dialogue with the young and the old. Here at South Lake Church, we meet together for Immerse Saturday mornings, led by Jessica Leach, and she asked 4 questions. Was there anything new that stood out today? Has anything that we've talked about these last few moments stood out to you? The fact that there's certain rules and regulations that are guidelines for leaders of a church. And here's one of those leaders making a point that I do not live up to those guidelines. Is that new? Maybe you got questions. Are there things on your heart, your mind, you hear today and you're trying to figure out, well, how does that all work together? The role of women, the role of men, older, younger, even childbirth gets thrown in all of this. How does it all work? Maybe you got questions there. Has your perspective of God changed? How has knowing that, you know what, there are rules and ways that we're supposed to live together, to share our faith, affect your relationship with God today? And then what does it mean to live that question, to live that out in your life, to allow others to experience it, see it? And when people ask and call foul, love you all, to admit that, you know what, we are all broken people, working together, doing our best to share the goodness of our Lord. And we do this together. So again, I would invite you to join us at South Lake Church to be a part of that in your walk of life, to help others see that. And a great way to get in touch with us is at rbailey@southlakelc.org. Again, you can send that email. We'll get you in touch with all things here at South Lake Church. And again, if you want to learn more, I can't help. Please help us try this out because I want to see how this works. Text "learn more" to 94,000. A great way to start that journey together. Because here at South Lake Church, we engage, grow, and share Jesus in our community relationships. We do this together, not alone. Because at the end of the day, this is about relationships with Jesus. Well, God bless you guys on this beautiful day outside, a little overcast, which is, hey, I'll take overcast and not get burned by the sun, and just enjoy our time together. God bless you. Take care, everybody.